Hi, Leo Rising Sign. It is your weekly forecast starting on 8th of June until 14th of June. So, welcome back to my channel. This is quite a massive professional, financial, and relationship changes related week. Urania and Uranus are kind of sparking up in your 11th house of large networks, digital audiences, income from business profits. Why we have got that spectacular Venus-Jupiter conjunction that is an absolute jackpot of luck, hidden wealth, and spiritual abundance in your 12th house of behind-the-scenes strategy, private asset creation, and an intuitive genius. Meanwhile, Uranus creates that critical bottleneck across your second and eighth house axis, which is, of course, the financial axis. So Urania enters your 11th house and makes a conjunction to Uranus. The 11th house is the large networks, audience reach, group programs, business profits. So that might be about a sudden flash of cognitive genius hitting your digital business. You experience radical breakthrough regarding how you want to get your audience come around, a viral video concept, or how to monetize a plan of yours, a group project of yours. This alignment shatters all the rigid ways of viewing your network, walking away from friends or wanting to have new friends coming into your life, giving you a lightning, fast, kind of innovative digital strategy to actually elevate your community reach as well. This could also indicate simply that you make discoveries about a friend of yours and you want to be walking away from them. We've got a beautiful Venus and Jupiter conjunction happening in the sign of Cancer in your 12th house, but on Aries dwad. And that's an absolute flooding of abundance into your private sanctuary. So this could be intuitive downloads. You get this download of for a product. You kind of have got this vision of what you want to create. Or this is about you starting to clear your subconscious blocks, and then you are kind of like winning here. There's going to be something to do with subconscious blocks because that Venus is squaring Chiron this week as well in your ninth house. So somehow you are having a limited belief system, and Jupiter is trying to kind of resolve that for you. This could be a highly lucrative financial deal behind closed doors as well, or simply an idea that you know is potentially going to be giving you additional income. But like I said, it's on Aries toward, so it requires action. So if you want to be a little bit alone, then you have to actually let others know. If you want to design something, then you're going to have to get started. We also have got a Saturn Pallas-Athene conjunction happening in your ninth house, but it's being squared by Mercury. And that is actually starting a 7 month new period there because they are going to be making three conjunctions altogether. So that's about tactical strategy to restructure your broadcasting methods, how you want to study, what type of courses you want to come up with, how you want to reach your audience over the next 7 months. This is about weaponizing logic to build bulletproof rules for your own intellectual properties. Mercury is kind of creating a bit of a noise there from the 12th house. That's about overthinking, hidden anxieties, the desire to keep things hidden, because you are somehow your mind is being a little bit cluttered. It feels like it. So imagine that you have got this vision, but you having those self-doubts all the time. Or this might be even financial worry, but I'm coming on to that in a short while. So surely there's a lot of fear, and the universe is demanding you ignore these emotional background noises. And then let's just have a look at the data. Let's just push that publish button, that broadcasting element that you have got the knowledge. I'm just going to have to be disciplined about it. Now, Hope is actually entering your 12th house as well this week. And that's about protective instincts towards your mental health, your business, hidden business assets as well. but it's more likely to do with your personal sanctuary. Maybe you just simply want to defend your privacy. You want to secure your background workflows from any type of toxic intrusions. You want to be doing something creative and then you are focusing on that. Now, Venus is before it is moving into the sign of Leo, which is your first house. It's making its very last square to Chiron in the sign of Aries. And that's a healing element. That's a healing your hidden vulnerabilities or feeling unseen, not necessarily being productive at all the time, and then you can feel guilty about it. And someone might be even telling you that. But then Venus entering the first house, and the spotlight entirely goes onto you. You step out of this background and then you take that royal high visibility phase where you are highly favored to showcase your face, to update your personal brand, to go on that beauty treatment. Maybe, for example, from a fitness point of view, you might not have been kind of like feeling so motivated with Venus being in the 12th house. Maybe your eating habits have slightly changed, or it's kind of like drinking away your sorrows, right? Now, I'm not saying that every single Leo rising sign is going to become alcohol addict. Okay, so that's not the case here. But we can all bury our sorrows into something. But then this Venus moves into the first house is all about becoming confident, building up your personal brand and coming up creative ways of actually doing that. So let's build that supreme confidence. But there is a lack of confidence there with the very last square. Am I meant to be sharing my opinion with others, right? Or am I meant to be, do I feel like I'm clever enough? Do I feel like I'm an expert at something? Now, Moon goes out of bound in your 11th house and it finishes it in the 12th house. So your communication with friends and with the public can go a bit unpredictable. It can go on an erratic wave. So watch out for arguments. And also, it might be about you leaving a bit of a like a buffer time for kind of loneliness, schedule a couple of hours, but it can also give a bit of a depression time as well. Imagine that something goes down with a friend of yours, and then it's gonna be on your mind, and then you are worried, and you don't know what to do, and then you just want to kind of hide away. Now, of course, the big topic of the week is Uranus squaring the nodes. And the nodes are in your second house and eighth house. So that's where the finances are coming into the picture. So, of course, like I said, Uranus is sitting in the house of audiences and long-term goals and even profits. And the second house is personal income and self-worth and kind of like working for an hourly rate. That's the south node there. But the eighth house is a passive income system type of house, client retainers, and the house of trust as well. So that's a crossroad there where you're going to have to do kind of like choosing whether you're going to have to do everything yourself for an hourly rate or and building automated kind of passive income systems, or I'm gonna go for this high client kind of contract details. So Uranus is triggering that. I mean, the Saturn in the second house is can be a bit of an exhausting trap. Like the habit of financial hyper-independence, low scale pricing, not having the right self-worth to kind of put yourself out there. Or it's something like it's a way of thinking, right? I can only make money if I don't know, trade my exact hours for dollars, micromanaging every penny alone, keeping my services cheap and accessible because you're afraid to step into the big league. So Uranus is hitting that. It's a sudden shift that is happening, an unexpected launch, for example, a sudden surge in your audience number or audience members, friends are walking out of your life as well. So there is a disruption. But the disruption is a deliberate cosmic setup to smash your habits of running a low scale business, for example. Or it's a deliberate cosmic setup to smash a way of looking at every single penny. Because someone might be among your friends are going to tell you that, oh, you are so money pinching. Why don't you do that? You deserve it. And it feels like Venus also wants you to spend a little bit of a money on yourself right now. Now, of course, it is taking our attention towards that North Node in the eighth house. So the universe is demanding that you pull, let's say, your business model out of the hourly grind and zoom out a little bit to a scaled altitude. So you are somehow being pushed to show a digital asset of yours, for example, to kind of make it premium and then to bring in those high paying contractual agreements. I mean, imagine that you are just doing a favor to someone, right? But it also tells you to a friend of yours. Excuse me. But it also tells you that your time, your efforts also cost. The material has got money as well. Even if they just want you to, I don't know, clean up their car, for example. And of course, we do all these type of things, but what really you have to measure up here is that how often do you do that? So, how do you want to make income? That's going to be one of the questions here. And this could be a breakthrough. It could be a massive breakthrough as well financially. So this could be a great week for you to look for jobs also. But you're really gonna have to start thinking about an online platform in the next 7 years with the Uranus being in Gemini. So what I would really do this week is, I would be looking at what the audience wants, what I can kind of like offer online and so forth. And it's time to put that out there. Like, I don't know, do I have a booklet? Do I have a webinar? What assets do I have? What skills do I have that I can capitalize on in the long run? This is brilliant to design something behind the scenes, kind of creating that masterpiece. And then we can, of course, monetize on that. Really watch your self-worth and let's say how much you charge for your services, because it might be suggesting that you are undercharging right now. So look at how many hours you put into work and then exchange that into dollars. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in my next forecast. Take care. Bye bye.